There are no results for hi everyone. I never thought I'd be posting here. Me, M31, and my wife, F27, have been together about 6 years. We have a 5-year-old daughter. English isn't our first language, so sorry for any mistakes. For the last few months, my wife started acting differently. She kept rejecting intimacy, and for about 3 months we only had sex maybe 1 to 2 times a month. I tried talking to her multiple times, but she always said nothing was wrong. Then one day, after I pushed for answers, she said she doesn't see a point in continuing our relationship and that we're more like friends. This actually happened once before about 2 years ago. Back then, I worked hard to improve myself and our relationship. Since then, we bought a house 6 months ago, renovated it, bought furniture, and even went on holidays to 2 countries. I thought we were rebuilding. Hearing this again destroyed me. After a few days of barely speaking, I told her I wanted to try one last time. She agreed. We talked about what each of us needed and promised to work on things. A couple of days later, a friend told me he saw my wife getting dropped off by a van a few streets away from our house. He couldn't see who was driving. I confronted her, and she said she didn't know what I was talking about. The next week, she went to her course every Tuesday. She texted saying she had an exam and would be home around 10 p.m. When she came back, she said she went for drinks with a female friend. That night, she initiated intimacy, which hadn't happened in a long time. I thought maybe things were finally improving. 2 days later, I noticed a 33-pound charge on our joint account from an online doctor. I didn't know what it was, so I actually used ChatGPT to ask what that kind of charge usually is. It said it was most likely for a morning after pill. I thought maybe I was overthinking. The next day, when taking out the trash, I found the morning after pill package. I completely broke down. I confronted her. She said it wasn't hers and claimed it belonged to her friend who drives her to the course. I told her to call that friend and confirm it, or we're done. She refused, saying she promised not to tell. So I said we're divorcing. The next day, we started filing for divorce online. We just bought this house and put everything into it. Neither of us can afford it alone. It's a complete mess. While doing the paperwork, she used ChatGPT on her laptop. I noticed she was logged into her account and saw history related to the morning after pill. That night, after she went to bed and I slept on the couch, I opened her laptop and looked through her ChatGPT history. What I found broke me. For about 3 hours I read everything and took photos. She had been chatting with multiple men, sexting, planning meetups, talking about FaceTiming while I was at work. There were at least 4 regular contacts plus others. She was using ChatGPT to rephrase messages in English and to help reply to these men. She wrote about having sex with different men, sometimes multiple in the same day, unprotected. She talked about men finishing inside her and whether she should take a morning after pill. She wrote that she had sex 2 days ago and was planning to do it again, all while coming home to me and our daughter. Throughout our relationship, she always made me feel like I was the problem, that I wasn't enough. Now I see she was living a double life. I feel destroyed, angry, numb, and lost. I don't even know where to start, emotionally, legally, or financially. I guess I'm posting to ask, how do you even begin to process this? Any advice for protecting myself legally and financially? How do I stay strong for my daughter?